Assalamualaikum and good greetings. So in this video we will be watching a video titled Different Genealogies ? Bible Contradiction number 1. I believe this will be a series of videos that is made to tackle supposedly contradiction in the Bible, and this will be the number 1 about the different genealogies. Without further ado, let's watch.
Supposed Bible contradiction. Matthew's genealogy versus Luke's genealogy. In the different Gospels of Matthew and Luke, we are given the genealogies of Joseph, the adoptive father of Christ. However, they differ on who the father in line of Joseph was. Matthew says Jacob was the father of Joseph and has a line going back to Abraham, but Luke says Heli is the father of Joseph and has a line going back to Adam. These are not different names of the same people, they are completely different genealogies. So do we have a contradiction? Not so fast. There are two ways of handling this.
Okay, before we go further, but what? Two ways of handling this? What do you mean by handling this? If you say there are two explanations, okay, I can understand that, but two ways of handling this, meaning that it is visibly or literally contradiction, but there's a way to handle this to make it not a contradiction. Is that what it means? Because we say handling this, what do you mean? But anyway, I was stopping because I want to take a look at the Bible itself, because I'm not familiar with this, and whatever explanation that will come after this, I might not be able to understand if I don't refer to the actual text of this. So let's take a look at what's the verse just now.
Genealogy versus Luke's genealogy.
So Matthew 1 and Luke 3. So okay, we'll take a look at that for a bit, just to have a context before going through the explanation. Okay, so I have opened up, as you can see here, Matthew 1. Of course, this is a different version of the Bible. I'm using Bible.com here, and I just use the default one. I'm not sure whether the ESV is the most authoritative or authentic version of the Bible. I'm not sure. It's the default, I just follow. So Matthew 1, and the other one is, let me see, Luke 3. So what it mentioned about, what was it mentioned? Let's take a look.
In the different Gospels of Matthew and Luke, we are given the genealogies of Joseph, the adoptive father of Christ. However, they differ on who the father in line of Joseph was.
Okay, so we're focusing on Joseph, the genealogy of Joseph. So here, this is Joseph here, husband of Mary, of whom Jesus was born. So if I understand correctly here, Jesus was born from the marriage of Joseph and Mary. If I just read it, that it's what is being implied, right? So I'm not sure whether, according to Matthew, Jesus was born a miraculous birth, because it's Joseph is there, right? I'm not sure, because I haven't read the whole thing. Just by this portion, that's my question. Anyway, so Jacob was the father of Joseph. So meaning this verse is start from Abraham, right? So of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. What does it mean? This is meaning there's a jump. So Abraham was the father of Isaac, the father of Jacob, and so on. So I think it's the father of, 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 until here, right? Jacob, the father of Joseph. So if we just read this, meaning it implies that Joseph is the son of Jacob, the son of Matan, the son of Eliezer, the son of Eliud, and so on. While this is in Matthew, right? And in Luke, okay, here, Jesus being the son, what is this? As supposed of Joseph. What does this mean? As supposed to? He's not the actual son, or because in bracket, is this in the original Bible as well, or is this in bracket to give understanding for those who are reading the Bible in English context or something? Anyway, so the son of Joseph, the son of Heli, the son of Matthat, the son of Levi, the son, and so on, the son, until the son of Canaan, the son of Enos, the son of Seth, the son of Adam, the son of God. Okay, is all this son in the original language the same word? Because everything here is the son of the father, right? Meaning the son of the father, the son of the father, the son of the father. If the same word is being used here, is it how to understand that? But anyway, so the contradiction is that Joseph here the son of Heli, the son of Matthat, while here Joseph is the son of Jacob, the son of Matthat, etc. So it's different, meaning Joseph have different father just by reading this. So let's take a look at what's the explanation.
Matthew says Jacob was the father of Joseph and has a line going back to Abraham. But
Okay.
Luke says Heli is the father of Joseph and has a line going back to Adam.
Okay.
These are not different names of the same people. They are completely different genealogies. So do we have a contradiction? Not so fast.
No, literally just reading it, yes, it's contradiction. But of course, I'm interested to know what's the explanation.
There are two ways of handling this. The first and most common argument is the genealogy of Luke was Mary's line. Heli was the father of Mary, who became the father-in-law of Joseph, thus making Joseph his son as well. This would be consistent with the idea.
Wait. If that is the case, because let's take a look. This is from Luke, right? Let's take a look at Luke. So, what is it? So meaning that Joseph the son of Heli, meaning that the son here is the son-in-law, is it? Because it's basically Heli is not the father of Joseph, but the father of Mary. I'm not sure what is the original word for this one and this one and this one, right? The son of. Is it the same word or different? Because if the son of here is son-in-law, meaning that this is the father of Mary, which is the wife of Joseph, what about this one? So meaning that son-in-law of this one, son-in-law of this one, son-in-law of this one, son-in-law of this one, son-in-law of this one. Is that what it means? Meaning that this is genealogy based on mother line, but that would mean son of Seth, meaning that this is Seth is father-in-law. Son-in-law, meaning Enos is son-in-law of Seth, meaning Seth is father of the wife of Enos. Then Adam is how is Seth son-in-law of Adam, and how is Adam son-in-law of God? Does that make sense? Or it's random, meaning that this is son-in-law, this may be son, might be son-in-law, this may be son, may be son-in-law, this may be son or son-in-law. That will be so confusing, right?
Father-in-law of Joseph, thus making Joseph his son as well. This would be consistent with the idea that some scholars have suggested, that Luke used a relative of Mary's side of the family as a source for his birth narrative.
So is it mean based on mother, not mother, wife's father, or just at the point of Mary? So Joseph is son because it's son-in-law of the wife's father, right? And then the rest is meaning how do you get this from the word itself, or is it interpretation based on what?
So he would have taken that genealogy instead. And since there is no Greek word for son-in-law, Joseph is simply called the son of Heli.
Okay, so this Luke is writing in Greek, is it? So this is a gospel. Luke is a gospel, and the gospel is written by whom? Is it those who know Jesus? Meaning Jesus have disciple from Greek, or how to understand that? Because I can understand, okay, there's no word for son-in-law, and that would give the my question just now, right? Meaning that, so all of the son, is it son or son-in-law, or is we don't know? This may be son and son-in-law, this may be son and son-in-law, all through the son of, right? Is that how it is? And Luke, right? So in Luke, when it goes to the end, this word, is it the same? Especially the Son of God here, is it the same? And would the word son in Greek used there applies? I don't know. Meaning, what is the meaning of Adam, son of God, in Greek? Is it literal? Is it what? Because we are talking about Greek here, right?
That is perfectly acceptable by most scholars, as there is no indication Mary had any brothers, but only a sister. Thus, if there were no sons of Heli, Joseph would become the legal heir to Heli's inheritance, thus his heir by law. This would also make sense with the fact that Mary wed within the family of David, to ensure Heli's inheritance remained among those of the same household, which is in accordance with the laws of Numbers 36, 1 through 12. However, there is another possible explanation.
So, son has an implication of heir. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Heir, right? Heir. But because this is just to resolve the obvious contradiction in the text. So I guess you would accept that, but how you go up there, or it's irrelevant, or meaning that no one is really bothered about this genealogy at the first place, but now some people have pointed out that it is a contradiction. We have to resolve it one way or another. Is that how it is? Because otherwise, why is this being in the Bible? Because if there's a purpose, there must be a context, right?
That was given to us by the early church historian Eusebius. He argues from an epistle by Africanus that both lines were of Joseph, one legal and one biological. In Book 1 of Ecclesiastical History, he writes, Heli and Jacob were thus uterine brothers. Heli having died childless, Jacob raised up seed to him, begetting Joseph, his own son by nature, but by law the son of Heli. Thus Joseph was the son of both. Thus far Africanus. So what is he saying? Well, according to the law of Deuteronomy 25, 5-6, if two brothers dwell together, and one dies childless, his brother is to take his widow as his wife, and the first son born to them shall be his brother's legal heir, so that his name shall not be blotted out of Israel. So basically, if a man dies childless, his widow is to marry his living brother, and the first son born to them will carry on the name of the deceased husband, even though the living brother is the biological father. Thus, the child legally is to be the son of the dead brother.
Is this a valid law, or is it abrogated, meaning it's no longer a law? Deuteronomy. Is this Old Testament or New Testament? I don't know, because I'm not familiar with the Bible. But because if it's law, and because this is being written, gospel is being written after Jesus, right? And if one is writing based on biology, fine, that's normal. One is writing based on what is this? Legal heir. Does it imply that this law still applies after Jesus? Because otherwise, why would the author write as such? Right? And if this apply, meaning that if your brother here die and you have to marry the wife of your brother and the son based on you, and not you and your current wife, which is ex meaning a widower of your brother, even though it's your son, but legally it's the son of your brother as well. Is that how it works?
If this is what happened, it means Matthew is correct when he says Jacob begot Joseph, while Luke is correct when he records he was the son of Heli.
Begot. Where is which one is begot? Matthew, right? Where did he say begot? Jacob, the father of Joseph, of the Mary. What was? Okay, let me listen to that again.
Is to be the son of the dead brother. If this is what happened, it means Matthew is correct when he says Jacob begot Joseph.
Matthew 1:16. Okay. 1:16. And Jacob the father of Joseph. So the father is actually begot. Where? In the original language? Meaning that this father is actually begot. Is it? Is that what the video is saying? Because I don't see any begot here.
While Luke is correct when he records he was the son of Heli, and Eusebius refers to Africanus, who points out that in the Greek it says Jacob fathered or begot Joseph.
Oh, actually, so the word is not father of, but begot. So meaning this word begot is throughout the father of the father of the father of.
Whereas Luke says who Joseph was the son of.
Okay, so this word does it apply as well for the first one? Because there's two explanations here, right? Two ways of handling. One is saying father-in-law or son-in-law, right? Son-in-law. So tau here, does it, because it says in Greek, okay, this is in Greek, is it? I assume. So in Greek, tau, because there's no son-in-law, so tau, it says that it can apply to son or son-in-law, if I understand. So that does it, is it really? And what about, is it the same tau of God, Adam tau of God at the end there?
But isn't the father of Jacob Mathan and the father of Heli Mathat? Well, yes, but remember Eusebius records that Jacob and Heli were half-brothers of the same mother. So to give a visual, this means Mathan married a woman and had Jacob, but later died. So since he already had a son to carry on his name, his widow was free to remarry whoever, and thus she married Mathat, with a different genealogy of that of her first son Jacob, and then she bore Heli. Therefore Jacob and Heli were half-brothers by the same mother. When they grew up, Heli married a woman, but died childless, and then Jacob became her husband, fulfilling the law of Deuteronomy 25:5. And the first son born to them was Joseph, who became the legal son of Heli, but by nature the son of Jacob. Thus Jacob fathered Joseph, but legally was the son of Heli, and neither genealogy makes an error in what it records. Jacob begot Joseph, but Joseph was the son of Heli. So there are two completely cogent ways to resolve this supposed contradiction, and since both are entirely possible, this Bible contradiction can be addressed and resolved.
So both are possible, but we don't know which. So this is like a possible explanation, right? Meaning that because we don't know which one is exactly the case, and yeah, I guess that's it. Anyway, that's interesting. Even though I guess it's not, I'm not sure what's the purpose of those genealogy in the first place in the Bible. Because if one is choosing to put the genealogy in term of, heir, is it because there's inheritance in the picture or something, while the other one is just who is the biological father? And I don't know because I what's the narrative of that portion of the Bible also, I'm not sure, but I think because the narrative, meaning the claim of the Bible is because I always think like the Quran, right? The Quran have a narrative and have each portion have like a lesson to be learned, a teaching, etc., right? So we should have been guided by every single verses, every single portion, right? But here I'm not sure what's the point, but of course I always have to remind myself that the Bible, a lot of it is just take it as historical document, not really Word of God, because it doesn't claim to be Word of God anyway, right? So so I tend to have to remind myself of that fact, because otherwise I will still judge it as if I'm evaluating the Word of God, when it doesn't even claim as such, right? Anyway, so that's Bible contradiction number 1. We'll go through the rest in the future video. Thank you for watching. See you next time.